Of broadcasting Banks High School sports, here's the voice of Westside High School athletics, Trevor.
Good evening and welcome to the home opener for the Banks Lady Braves 2019 season as they get ready to host the 5A, the Dalles-Wahtonka Riverhawks. Lady Braves have dropped to after splitting in a three-way volleyball event at Marshfield High School down in Coos Bay over the week Saturday. Lady Braves are 4-2 after splitting with Marshfield, winning by now number 3 Hidden Valley Mustangs of Grants Pass. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this from our presenter, Jim's Thriftway, and take a look at the rosters for both teams. We'll have a short moment of dead air in between the pregame and the start of tonight's match, as we will be doing double duty for both public address and broadcasting Banks Lady Braves volleyball.
Jim's Thriftway is a historic member of the Banks community. They've been a long time since youth athletics and are proud to sponsor BHS broadcasts. Check out their deli with delicious hot food like fried chicken, corn dogs, and chicken wings. Get a custom-made cake at bakery. They also have a wide variety of farm-fresh fruits and vegetables in their produce department. In the spring and summer, stop by and get delicious barbecue on Fridays and Saturdays. Thriftway at the corner of Highways 6 and 47 and online at jimsthriftway.com. Proud to be locally owned and operated.
And we're back taking a look for the Dalles Riverhawks. Number 1, Charlie May, junior middle blocker, outside hitter. Number 2, Madison Trout, a junior defensive. Number 3, Brianna Birchfield, a senior right side hitter, middle blocker. Number 4, Kylie Hoylman, a senior defensive specialist, outside hitter. Hannah Bean, a junior setter. Number 6 or number 7, Audrey Sinon, side hitter, defensive specialist, a senior. Number 7, also sometimes wearing number 8, Lydia DeGennaro, a freshman defensive specialist. Number 8, sometimes wearing number 9, Maggie Justison, a junior setter, right side hitter. Number 9, also sometimes wearing number 10, Kaylee Flynn, middle blocker, outside hitter. Number 10, also sometimes wearing 12, Kennedy Abbas, a junior middle blocker, right side hitter. And number 11, sometimes wearing number 16, Lauren Bellinger, a senior right side hitter, middle blocker. We'll take a 30-second break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the Banks Lady Braves as we get the Westside Mobile Media broadcast of tonight's Banks Lady Braves volleyball match between the 5A, the Dalles-Wahtonka Riverhawks, and the 4A Banks Lady Braves.
Thinking about selling a home? Sarah Hesselman, realtor with Keller Williams Realty, will help you with your real estate needs.
Call 503-313-08 or email Sarah at sarahhesselman.com. Serving your community daily and proud to support the starting lineup of your bank's Braves. Realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Call 503
7.5 horsepower wind tunnel used in Bitcoin mining. It's fully powered for industrial needs. 80 volt to 240 volt three-phase transformer and a 250 amp 1 volt three-phase panel. For more information, call 503-989-3115. 503-989-3115. The Lori Godfrey Group.
Jim's Thriftway is a historic member of the Banks community.
And we're back as we continue with the Lori Godfrey Group pregame, or Lori Godfrey Group portion of the pregame show on Westside Mobile Media here on SHNSports.com/Westside, presented by Jim's Thriftway. Oregon West Conference already start way. Woodburn is at Sisters, Sweet Home at Staten, Philomath at Cascade. League, just 4 teams. Ontario is at Baker. LeGrand travels to Milton Freewater to take on McLaughlin. Non-league, Mazama of Klamath Falls is 3A Cascade Christian. Cottage Grove is at Hidden Valley. Valley Catholic of Beaverton, also out of the Coapa League, is at Marist. At North Valley of Grants Pass. Gladstone at Seaside. Junction City at Tillamook, also out of the Coapa League, and Newport playing an alumni match tonight. The Dalles coming in tonight as out of the 5A conference, so tonight's on the 5A schedule. And we're back, still working out some issues, but we'll stay on as long as we can. We're back after the introduction of both teams over on the public address side. Wahtonka Riverhawks will all uniforms not red. Their JV was wearing red, but very similar uniforms in color and in style. Both forms, both with the logo over the left side of the chest. Only difference really the colors. The Dalles wearing black short uniforms, maroon numerals and lettering with gold or yellow trim, also gold trim on the bottoms of the uniforms, stripe along the collar and the sides of the sleeves. The Dalles, as the visiting team, will serve first. It will be Maggie Justison from the back row. First serve, dug out back row by Haley Jackson. Noelle Herb sets it up near side. Kinley Hope. Net contact, though, from near side of the Riverhawks front line, and that will give the first point to the Lady Braves. Switching sides, first serve for Banks. Noelle Herb from the far side, left side of the key. Short, but gets over the net. Kylie Hoylman digs it out back row. The Dalles having some issues, but able to get it back across. Lindsay Beck into the back row. The Dalles with an excellent return after nearly hitting it into the doors, and the return from the this is out to the near side, and that will tie it at 1, and the Dalles Riverhawks will get the serve back, and after their first point of the match. Tied at 1, serving Charlie May, dug out by the Braves. Herb sets up Lindsay Beck near side, comes up short off of her wrist into the net near side, and the Dalles has the early 2-1 lead. And the serve from May, dug out by Beck near side. Herb back sets to Kinley this time, dug out by the Dalles. Returned by Audrey sign on for the point. And we're tied at 2. I'm not sure that score is correct. Kinley Hogue the serve. Dug out by Hoylman, the libero. Blocked at the net by Jackson. The Dalles recovers, gets it back across the net. Kinley Hogue out of the back row. Set back across by her back row. Dug out by Sign On. Back to Sign On into the back row, but I think we're going to get net contact the Braves, and we're tied at 3. So Audrey Sign On will come in, or will serve her from her libero position wearing all black. Liberos are also sometimes pretty much the same thing as Deedles. Only player to wear a different color uniform on the same team, and the kill down the far side by the Lady Braves gets the serve back, and a 4-3 lead. Coming in the Lady Braves, Haley Van Domlin to serve. Izzy Appleby will come out. Game 1 or set 1 between the 4A Banks Lady Braves and the 5A the Dalles-Wahtonka Riverhawks. The serve from Van far side. Hoylman having some issues, but the Dalles able to come up with the return. Herb to Hogue out of the back row between Hoylman and Charlie May. Back center row, and the Braves now have a 5-3 lead. The first team to take a lead of more than 1 point here early. The serve from Van Dommelen again. May pops it up into the Dalles. And Braves starting to stretch things out a little bit here now, leading 6-3. Haley Van Dommelen still holding serve. Far back corner. Banks High School runs east and west. We're here courtside, right at center court. Haley Van Dommelen with another point off serve, and we have a timeout early for the Dalles-Wahtonka at 4-8, number 9 Banks 7, Wahtonka 3. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this Rob Edwards Insurance timeout.
Jim's Thriftway is a historic member of the Banks community. They've been a longtime supporter of Banks Youth Athletics and are proud to sponsor BHS broadcasts. Check out their deli with delicious hot food like fried chicken, corn dogs, and chicken wings. Get a cuck at their in-store bakery. They also have a wide variety of farm-fresh fruits and vegetables in their produce department. In the spring and summer, stop by and get delicious barbecue on Fridays. Jim's Thriftway at the corner of Highways 6 and 47 and online at jimsthriftway.com. Proud to be locally owned and operated.
And we're back following the Dalles timeout. Banks with a 7-3 lead. Haley Van Dommelen holding serve far side. Angles its runner, picked up by Hoylman, returned by May. Hogue to Herb, far side, back sets to Lindsay Beck, and May can't handle it and went low enough to get it, but couldn't get the dig under control. And Banks now with 5 straight. Van Dommelen still holding serve for the Braves. Nobody down the near side. Serve dug. Justison returned by Sinon. Herb sets up Jackson near side for the kill into the back row. Riverhawks, I think, got their mitts on it, but it's going to go out of bounds. Would have been inbound even if it had landed, but Banks now in control here early over 5A. The Dalles 9-3 in the first set. Off the return from Bellinger. Beck on the by May, returned by Hoylman for the Dalles. Herb sets up Nia Johnson now into the game with the return. For too long. And Lady Braves continuing to dominate this first set with a 10-3 lead. Things went first 7 or 8 points, but Banks now in control with a 10-3 lead. Justison. And the Dalles finally sneaks one past the Lady Braves back row and regains the serve. Still trailing 10-4 in the first set. Serving Hannah Bean and comes up well short. I think she had a bad toss to her serving hand, and Lady Braves will get a point off the service error. And they're going to get ball made contact with the rafter on the return from the Dalles, so that's going to go as a dead ball, and the Lady Braves with a 22-6 lead. Emma White, the libero, wearing opposite colors as the rest of her team, navy blue with Vegas gold numerals. Her serve makes it over by Charlie May. Herb near side to Kinley Hogue, able to save it, goes off the Dalles coaching staff claiming it went off the near side, which officially is out, but Emma White holding serve with a 23-6 lead. Down off the serve from Emma White. Herb near side, back to Kinley Hogue, blocked. Dug out by Emma White. Jackson back to Hogue near side. Dug out by DeGennaro, returned by May. Back across the net, saved by Herb. Oh, nice job by Emma White underneath the net. Avoid contact with the net, but still getting it back across. Both good action, both teams. Herb with the return. Bean to Charlie May near side. Emma White into the back row. She's mad at herself that she couldn't get over there in time, but Lady Braves still very much in control. 3-7 lead, serving for the Dalles. Mackie Justison. The serve dug up back row by Mackenzie Warren now into the match. And yeah, Libby made contact with the center line, and that's a hitting error. Now it's 23-8. Serve from Justison. Return by Kinley Hogue. Dug out by Justison. The Dalles can't keep it alive, though, as it hits the basketball end line on the east end of the court. Braves now with set point number 1 here in the first set, leading 24-8. We're going to get a couple of substitutions. Nia Johnson nearly came in when she wasn't supposed to. Mackenzie Warren will come out. Lindsay Beck will come in. Noelle Herb will restart the serving rotation. Far side. Back row dug out by Hoylman, the libero. And somehow the Dalles able to save it underneath the net. Lindsay Beck tried to dig it out off the return, but too far underneath and hits it into the net. The Dalles will get the point back, trailing 24-9. The serve from Charlie May. White and Jackson come together, but Braves able to get it back across. DeGennaro from Justison back to DeGennaro, back across for the Dalles. Jackson, the back row popped up by Hoylman. The Dalles nearly hits it into the back wall, almost gets a third chance at it to get it back across, but the Lady Braves will win set 1 as the Dalles unable to come up with the return. Lady Braves with a 25-9 first set victory over 5A, the Dalles. We'll be back for game 2 in 1 minute. You're listening to Banks Lady Braves Volleyball on SHNSports.com/Westside, presented by Jim's Thriftway. Again, we'll be back in 1 minute.
Forest Grove Sandwich and Forest Grove Coffee Company are both proud to sponsor Banks Braves athletic broadcasts. Mention this ad and save $1 off your next delicious sandwich or beverage, both located at 1821 Main Street in Forest Grove. Forest Grove Sandwich, call 503-407-1824, and Forest Grove Coffee, call 503-707-0385. Proud to sponsor Banks Braves broadcasts.
Thinking about buying or selling a home? Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty, will help you with your real estate needs. Call 503-313-0748 or email Sarah at sarahhesselman.com. Serving your community daily and proud to support the starting lineup of your Banks Braves. Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Call 503-313-0748.
And we're back for the start of set number 2. Banks winning set number 1, 25-9. Lady Braves will take their turn getting the starting serve of this set. Noelle Herb will do the honors for the Lady Braves. Dug out by Bellinger, returned by the Dalles. Kinley Hogue, center row, center of the court, and Emma White on the kill. Lady Braves with an early 1-0 lead here in the second set. Noelle Herb holding serve early, second set. Braves a 1-0 lead. Back row dug out by DeGennaro. Justison to Bellinger on the return, long, and the Lady Braves have a 2-0 lead early in the second set. Return, or the serve from Herb is off the top of the net for an ace for Noelle Herb. Lady Braves up 3-0. Banks will also be in volleyball action at Estacada for another three-way volleyball match with Gladstone and Estacada. We will not be there, but our friend Lane Jensen, broadcaster for Estacada, will be. And once we find out how you can listen to Estacada broadcasts, we'll refer you to his page. As a lot of travel this week, having to head down to Marist of Eugene for football on Friday. 3-2 now. The Dalles with back-to-back points. Serving for the Riverhawks, number 9, Maggie Justison. Return into the back row, picked up by Jackson. Return back across the net, lob to the Dalles, but Lady Braves recover on the return. Into the net, coming up short. Mistimed it or took a bad swing at it. Charlie May comes up short, and the Lady Braves regain the serve on the side out, leading 4-2. Kinley Hogue serving from beyond the back row, about 2 feet. Set serve. Keeps her feet planted on the ground. Herb sets up Lindsay Beck for the kill off the return from the Dalles. Far side, Lindsay Beck with the point for the Lady Braves and a 5-2. Again, Kinley Hogue serve. Back row dug out far side by Justison, near side to Bellinger. Back row long again. Bellinger not knowing her own strength, and a couple of home runs, but wrong sport, and Lady Braves are up 6-2 in the second set. Serve from Kinley Hogue, far side is that time right in front of the student section across the way to the southwest corner of the gym. The Dalles gets a point back on the side out tree. Bellinger to serve. It's Charlie May. Hogue. Her back sets. And actually got it back across. And they're going to get net contact from the Dalles. I don't think that was timed. Izzy Appleby tried to lob it up to, not sure who it was, near side front row, but able to come up with the point for the Lady Braves off the kind of excuse me return off the set return that was originally intended as a pass. Serve from Van Dommelen is dug out by Hoyleman. Far side, screened out momentarily. Coming up with the point for the Dalles, Kaylee Fleming. Finding a hole in the front of the Braves' front row offense, trailing the front row defense. The Dalles trailing 7-4. Hoyleman will serve for the Braves. It's Van Dommelen, Hogue, Jackson, Johnson, Herb, and Beck. Herb sets up Beck near side. Blocked, but coming up short underneath the net. Lady Braves with an 8-4 lead. Lindsay Beck will rotate back to the server's position after the side out. 8-4 second set. Braves with a 1-0 lead, 25-9 in the first set. Justison sets up Hoyleman, far side back row, wide to the far side. About halfway between the middle and back row, 9-4. Braves with back-to-back points. Serve from Beck, dug out by May, near side. DeGennaro keeps it alive, and it's just long. Lady Braves with a 10-4 lead. Nice effort, though, to keep that one alive after it nearly came into the scores table right in front of us on the near side net pole. 10-4 Braves lead. DeGennaro with the kill, the block by Johnson and Noel Herb, but it's going to go off the block out of bounds to the far side. The Dalles will get the point back, and the side out trailing 10-5. Coming out will be Lauren Bellinger. Back to serve. Hannah Bean, freshman. Back row dug out by Van Dommelen. Herb sets up Jackson far side, off the net. Dug out by May. DeGennaro tried the fake spike and came up short into the net. 11-5. Braves lead. Back to trading points. Haley Jackson with the serve for the Lady Braves. Now the back row, that one looked short on the toss to her serving hand and does indeed come up short into the net. Far side. Service error goes back.
I think they have 6. It was 11-5 before.
So 11-6 now for the Braves after the return attempt from the Dalles goes into the net. Serve from Jackson. Return from Brenna Birchfield comes up short into the net, 13-6. Heart of Broadcasting Volleyball courtside is getting screened out by near side net judge. Dug out by Charlie May. Justison on the return, back row dug out by Emma White, the libero. Returned by Hogue near side. For the kill, and they're going to calling for a hitting error, and they're going to get the points after some lobbying from Birchfield. Service short, so off the service error, Lady Braves doubling up the Dalles. 14. Serve from Noel Herb. Short into the net. 14-8. Teams trading service errors. In for the Dalles. Bellinger will replace Bean. Beach N. Might be Bine. Serve from Justison, back row, and a service error for the Dalles. 15-8. Kinley Hogue will, coming off of a facial injury at Catlin Gable last week where she collided with a teammate and a broken jaw, or almost a couple of them, and an ice pack on her chin the rest of the night and was out for, came back sometime during the three-way match at Marshfield, as we have not only a timeout called by the Dalles, but all timeout working on the far side net stick. Rickbeck trying to reattach it to the far side of the net. (15-8) Lady Braves 7-point lead, second set, winning set 1 25-9. And we're back at our back on the floor after the timeout from the Dalles-Wahtonka Banks. A 15-8 lead in the second set. Was a volleyball between the 9 Banks Lady Braves and 5A the Dalles-Wahtonka out of North Central Oregon, heart of the Columbia Gorge. Justison, returned by the Dalles. Herb sets it back across. Battle at the net. Returned by the Dalles. Haley Jackson hits it into the net, and the Lady Braves can't dig it out. 15-9. Side out back, serving Charlie May. Near side, Kinley Hogue back row to Herb. Back dumps it over, trying to slide underneath it. Deep over late, near side, right in front of the net pole, and nearly collides with the net pole, but comes up short on the attempt. 16-9, side out for the Lady Braves. Come out. Haley Van Dommelen will come in for the Braves, leading 16-9. Dommelen, back row, far side, dug up by May for the Dalles. Returned by DeGennaro into the back row, and that's a point. Van Dommelen started to come after it, but thought it was going to land out, but just is inside the back.
Rankings are important numbers in determining Oregon high school playoffs. So are rankings when choosing a lender to help you with purchasing or refinancing your home. Our local community home loan expert, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, is ready to help you win the day. Call Christy today for all of your home loan needs. 3-327-5302 or caliberhomeloans.com/kvanmeter. Christy Van Meter, NMLS number 1701, state licensed in Oregon, an equal housing lender. All products are subject to credit and property approval.
Forest Grove Sandwich and Forest Grove Coffee proud to sponsor Banks Braves athletic broadcasts. Mention this ad and save $1 off your next delicious sandwich or beverage, both located at 1820 Forest Grove. Forest Grove Sandwich, call 503-407-1824, and Forest Grove Coffee, call 503-707-0385. Sponsor Banks Braves broadcasts.
Banks up 2-0, 25-9, 25-16. The serve from Justison for the Dalles. Herb to Appleby near side. Throw wide to the near side, too long. The Dalles will pick up the first point of set number 3. Serve from Justison is returned by the Lady Braves, but short into the net. The Dalles now up 2-0 in the second set. Or third set. Braves a 2-0 lead, 25-9, 25-16, trailing 2-0 in the third set. Serve from Justison, dug out by Beck. Herb to Hogue, dug out, but I think they're going to get a double hit off the Dalles, or a carry from Kaylee Fleming, 2-1. And the Dalles scrambling to keep it alive near side. And Bellinger with a nice effort right in front of us, inside of the near side net pole, but the Dalles are unable to get it back across. Tied at 2, third set. Beck on the return, dug out by Justison, diving to the floor, and coming up short, Fleming. Braves take the first lead, or take the lead for the first time in the third set, 3-2. Noel Herb with the serve, and off the dig from Charlie May. Tried to get it to Justison and missed. She couldn't get over there in time near the pole, and Braves with 3 straight, leading 4-2. The serve from Noel Herb. This time is short into the top of the net. Service error gives the side out back to the Riverhawks, trailing 4-3. Serve from Charlie May. Far side dug up by libero Emma White. Off the net, returned by Kinley Hogue. Herb sets up back near side, off the net, diving to the floor. Hoylman. Kaylee Fleming, number 10, and far side net stick has come off again, and so we're going to have a dead ball, I think, reserve. Four 3, Banks with 3 straight points. To take a 3-2 lead, the teams have traded points from that point. Again, Lady Braves looking to battle for Coapa League supremacy in 2019 4A volleyball. Valley Catholic currently undefeated at 10-0, the reigning state champs after defeating Cottage Grove last year in the state final. And we're back. Charlie May to serve on the left side of the key, low block for basketball purposes. Dug out by White to Herb. Far side, Kinley Hogue comes up short, but I think they're going to get net contact from the Dalles. Braves with a 5-3 lead. Jackson off the block, Hoylman. Justison, returned by Hoylman for the Dalles. Jackson to Herb, sets up Beck near side, blocked. Pop way into the air, DeGennaro recovers. Justison, returned by May, partially blocked. Emma White gets underneath it, but not enough air under it to get it to a teammate, and the Dalles gets the side out back within one at 5-4. Serve from the Dalles, returned by, and not going to be able to get it back across on the third hit. Kept it alive for a couple of plays, but Fleming cannot get there in time, and the Braves get the side out back, leading 6-4. Serve from Van Domelen is off the net, played by Bill. Justison to Birchfield, comes up short, 7-4. Serve from Van Domelen is short. 7-5, Banks with a 2-point lead. Bellinger will come out, coming in to serve for the Dalles, Hannah Bean. Serve back row, dug up by Hogue. Herb sets up Jackson, Lindsey Beck dumps it over the top. 8-5. Braves with the point after the side out. Lindsey Beck holding serve. Popped on arrow. Bean comes in to save. Now back across by Justison. It spins across the net, and Lady Braves can't react. Right out back to the Dalles. Back within 2 at 8-6. And the arrow is short. A lot of service errors tonight from both teams, accounting for quite a few of the points. 9-6 after that one comes up short from the Dalles. Serve for Haley Jackson. Hoylman pops it up for DeGennaro. Well, returned by Bean for the Riverhawks. Herb near tried to take a page out of the Braves book, but they were ready for it. They practiced against that kind of surprise set return quite a bit as they kind of feature it. And the return for the Dalles is just inside the back row, far corner, in front of Lindsey Beck. And now the Dalles is within 1 at 9-8. Serve from the Dalles, battle at the net, and coming up short, Kaylee Fleming off the block, tried to slap it back across and came up short into the net. Appleby will come in for Van Domelen. 10-8. Lady Braves a 2-point lead. Emma White to serve. Near side. It's an ace off of Charlie May. Braves an 11-8 lead. Emma White looking for another ace. Back row, DeGennaro pops it up. Bean, far side to Charlie May, off. Dug out by Emma White. Herb to Beck, dug out by Hoylman, other side to the Dalles. Bean this time sets up Justison near side front row. Back near side to Hogue. Past the diving effort from Hoylman for the kill. 12-8. Lady Braves looking for that sweep over 5A the Dalles. Emma White continuing to hold serve. Near side Hoylman. Justison back. Keeps it in play to Bean. Almost thought she was going back to Hoylman. Herb near back row to Jackson. Dug out by the Dalles. Hoylman on the return, lobs it up. Appleby to Herb. Pass set up for Hogue near side. Dug up by Hoylman back row. To DeGennaro. Bean and Justison collide, but somehow get it across. Hogue near side. Dug out by Hoylman again. Bean back to Hoylman out of the back row. Returned. Dug out by Lindsey Beck, far side. Herb. Here's Jackson, back row on the return. DeGennaro dumped over by Bean. Right to Herb, again near side to Hogue. Slap back across, over the block of DeGennaro. Justison and Kaylee Fleming. 13-8. Lady Braves with a 5-point lead, 4 straight after the Dalles had got within 1. Emma White's serve, back row is just a couple of inches long, and that will end the 4-point run for the Braves as Bean will come out and Bellinger will come back in for the Dalles with Justison going back to serve. Serve from Justison, back row dug out by Emma White. Off of DeGennaro in the back row for the Dalles. Into the back wall, 14-9, side out back to the Braves. Serve from Noel Herb, dug out for the Riverhawks. Justison to Bellinger, far side. Lady Braves recover, returned by Jackson, set back across the net, and nice job by Bellinger to come up with the return, but wide to the far side in front of the student section, and the Braves back-to-back points after the side with a 15-9 lead. Noel Herb served left side of the key, left far back corner, returned by Hoylman. Beck to her, back side, back row. DeGennaro off the net. Oh, nice effort from Hoylman, but the Dalles again scrambling, all combobulated defensively, and head coach Doug McGee wants another timeout. Last set, and Riverhawks feeling like this one beginning to slip away. Already down 2-0. We'll take a 30-second Rob Edwards insurance timeout and be back in.
RT Vinyl Designs of Forest Grove is the official vinyl provider of RT Vinyl Design.
And we're back, 16-9. Banks with a 7-point lead in the third set, up to 25-9, 25-16. Serve from Noel Herb is dug out by the Dalles. Return blocked, partially blocked. White to Herb. Kinley Hogue on the kill, but it's wide to the far side. And that will give the side out back to the Dalles, trailing 10 in the third set. May serving left. The low block is wide beyond the back row, or long, I should say. 10 after the side out off the service error. Short for an ace. Finding a hole in the right side of the Dalles defense in front of DeGennaro, 18-10. Serve from Kinley Hogue. Jump serve is short. This time DeGennaro gets there in time. Returned by Bellinger. Location issues. Herb started to come in on it, backed off, and nobody else came in. And side out back to the Dalles, trailing 18-11 for Kaylee Fleming. Serve is short, dug up by Kinley Hogue, far side back row. Return. Emma White to Herb. Out of the back row, Kinley Hogue wide in front of the Riverhawks bench. 18-12. The Dalles back within a couple of field goals. The serve from Fleming. Back row dug out by Emma White. Herb. Jackson. Justison. DeGennaro. Return. Nice job by Charlie May. Had a bad angle on it. Nearly went into the Braves bench. And then with the kill, Haley Jackson. And we have an injury timeout. Coming out will be Brianna Birchfield. Not sure. Maybe a right. It looks like a right ankle. 19. Lady Braves with a 7-point lead. Hoylman will also come in replacing Maggie Fleming, or Kaylee Fleming. think Brianna Birchfield may have rolled an ankle. 19-12, Braves with a 7-point lead. Serve from by May, coming up with the return attempt from Nia Johnson is going to be just long. We'll go back to the Dalles after the side out, trailing by 6. 19-13, third set. Braves up 2-0. The serve from Bean for the Dalles. Herb to Hogue, back row. DeGennaro put her hands up, did a nice job to keep it from hitting her face, but just kind of a reflex move, and too much on that one from Kinley Hogue. And the Dalles gives up another point to the Lady Braves. Side out, Banks leading 20-13. Lindsay Beck on the serve. Popped up by Charlie May. Hoylman able to chase it down near the back wall and get a mid on it, but it's going to go out of play near the girls' bleachers. 21-13. Lady Braves just 4 points away from getting back in the win column and picking up their to improve to 5-2. And officials determine start of play. Serve from Hernandez, now in the game for the first time for the Dalles. And for the Braves, Gracie Eddy. Returned by the Braves, dug out by Hoylman. Returned by DeGennaro. Hogue Herb sets up Jackson. Back row, actually, it's Nia Johnson now in the game. Beck somersaults trying to keep it alive, and will go back to the Dalles, trailing 21-14. Now also coming in for the Braves for the first time, number 4, Cassidy Jan, 5'4" senior. Couple of bench players in, Gracie Eddy, Nia Johnson, Cassidy Jansen. DeGennaro waiting for the go-ahead to serve. That's the whistle. Dug out by the Braves. Returned by Eddy, or by Jansen. Coming up short, Charlie May from the far side bounces underneath the net, 22-14. Haley Jackson will serve for the Braves as Cassidy Jansen comes out. Hoylman and hooks it up. DeGennaro runs it down, but goes all the way into the back. All the way into the east end of the basketball. 23-14. The Dalles can't keep it alive after the second hit. This time, too much juice for Haley Jackson with her Wheaties this morning, and point off the side out back to the Dalles, but Lady Braves still just 2 points away from a match victory. 25-9, 25-16, leading 23-15 in the third set. Up 2-0, and official near side net judge working something out with the scores. And we're going to have a rotation issue on the Dalles. .2 points away from set point. That's so they are going to do a reserve. Near side net judge injury substitution for the Dalles and thought that there was a rotation issue from the Riverhawks, and they got it figured out and whip away the point from the Braves off the rotation error from the Dalles. Still looking at the right ankle of Actually, it's the right hip of Brianna Birchfield for the Riverhawks. 23-15. Now Aubrey Rue is getting an explanation from the net judge and making sure everything is set for the Lady Braves. Apparently a patriotic night for the Braves on the first home match of the season. Student section all in red, white, and blue. And we're set for the start of play with the blow of the whistle. Hoylman's serve is nice job by the Dalles to play it off the net and get it back across. Beck sets up Hogue near side. DeGennaro to Beam. May far side off the return for the Dalles. Beck again sets up Hogue off the net in front of a diving effort from Hoylman. 24-15. I still think the Dalles has one more timeout left, but Doug McGee not wanting to take it on match point. 24-15. Braves up 2-0, 25-9, 25-16. Serve from Emma White. Back corner, DeGennaro pops it up. Bean, near side, returned by Justison. Beck sets it up to Emma White. Back row, returned